Hello all and welcome back to another Hyper Blue Reviews. Today's subject is a sequel to the movie Unfriended. Unfriended, Dark Web. Will this be another nonsensical movie like the first one? Or did we get something watchable this go around? Let's find out. Also, apologies, I wasn't able to grab any screenshots for this review, so I'm gonna Hyper Halloween it. With that being said, let's start the review. You know, just when I think a movie franchise couldn't possibly get any dumber, they go and make something like this, and totally redeems itself. Seriously, I thought I was getting another Skype ghost movie with a wacky subtitle that alludes to something spooky. What I got was a pretty decent found footage-esque movie. Okay, I guess it's not really quite found footage since we're kind of watching it live. In fact, I've seen sites call this style of film a computer screen film. Well, makes sense to me. Let's go with that. I got a pretty decent computer screen film. In any case, I'm getting way ahead of myself here. Unfriended Dark Web was written and directed by Steven Susko as his directorial debut. Gorn are the unlikable twits from the first movie, and they aren't even mentioned. Also, Gorn is the weird anti-bullying message that was incoherently portrayed. In its place is actually a pretty decent popcorn flick revolving around a group of hackers that terrorizes a group of friends. And that's the plot in a nutshell, but let's go a little deeper. Fair warning, I am going to get into spoiler territory here, so you've been warned. The film centers on a group of friends, but if there was a main character, it would probably be Matthias, or Maddie. Maddie just got a new computer, of sorts. He claims he bought it from someone on Craigslist, so it's new to him anyway. He needs a good computer to help him with a program he's creating called Papaya. Yeah. The program helps translate verbal words into sign language, or images of a person signing. He does this to build his relationship with his deaf girlfriend, Amaya. The problem is, she has no trouble understanding him. He's the one who won't learn ASL. It's also game night for Maddie and his friends. Woo, game night! The friends start conversing about nonsense before starting their games of Cards Against Humanity, which they're playing with their own cards. I imagine they'll get a few duplicates in their responses, but oh well. Trouble starts brewing though, as the owner of the laptop starts messaging Maddie. Apparently Maddie didn't get the laptop off Craigslist, but actually found it at a lost and found at a local coffee shop. I mean, to be fair, he said it was there for several weeks, but hey, still stealing, I guess. Weird things begin to happen on Maddie's laptop. He floats down a pixelated river Styx, he gets messages from someone saying that they just paid the true owner of the laptop, and Maddie finds a bunch of creepy videos on the hard drive. It's shortly after this that one of Maddie's friends discovers that the laptop has access to the dark web, that often talked about place on the internet where anything goes. The owner of the laptop makes his way to Amaya's house and threatens Maddie. The owner really wants his laptop back. Maddie has to convince his friends that everything was a joke so he could leave and exchange the laptop for his girlfriend. The man that lost his laptop, named Caron 4 after the ferryman of the River Styx, threatens to kill everyone on the call if Maddie can't convince him that everything they saw was fake. And he also wants Maddie to convince his friends that everything is fake so they don't call the cops. As one might guess from Caron 4's name, there are multiple Carons within this dark web community. They even all join the Skype chat at various points just to mess with the group of friends. Speaking of the group of friends, the ghost from the first movie kills that group in over-the-top ways. But what about the kills in Unfriended Dark Web? Well, the group of friends do get picked off one by one. The hackers go through convoluted extremes to kill some of the characters, while others, they go the simple route, like throw them off a building or in front of moving vehicles. So some kills are boring, but some are pretty cool. For instance, one of the hackers frames one of the friends as a gun-toting lunatic, so he gets gunned down by cops. That one's pretty cool. The death scenes are definitely better in this film, but honestly, not as memorable. And what I mean by that is, the deaths in Unfriended 1 are so over the top that they were stupid, but also kind of funny. In Unfriended Dark Web, the deaths made more sense, but they're mostly forgettable. Like I said, they're mostly people getting shoved in front of moving traffic or pushed off buildings, with the only standout being when the Charons frame one of the friends and has them shot by police. Despite the boring death scenes, I still believe that these are a million times better than the first movie's death scenes. In fact, I think this movie is a lot better than the first movie. Unfriended Dark Web has zero supernatural elements to it, unless you want to count the series of events leading up to the main protagonist's demise. I mean, the characters do everything that the hackers planned for them to do. It's honestly a little ridiculous, but less ridiculous than dying from putting your hand in a blender or just sitting there. Seriously, the hackers unleash a Rube Goldberg machine that leads to the character's death that would make Goldberg's head explode. The computer layout hasn't changed much between the two films. The unknown friend icon makes a reappearance here. In fact, it's used several times for different hacker accounts. We do see a face or two of the hackers throughout the film, but they all mostly remain a mystery. I won't spoil all the events in the movie, but I will say that I was a little disappointed by the end. Apparently, Unfriended Dark Web has 3 different endings, kind of like the movie Clue. I only saw one ending though, and maybe there were more after the credits, but I don't think that the streaming service where I watched the movie on had the rest. Apparently, the Blu-ray version contains all 3 endings, and one of those endings was actually made for the Blu-ray. So, I don't know, maybe I'll grab a copy and check them out. That being said, Unfriended 1 is a pass, but Unfriended Dark Web is actually pretty entertaining. I give Unfriended Dark Web 3.5 unknown friend icons out of 5. I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, thank you for watching.